It's a busy time with lots happening at the Hayes Arts Council. I'm Becky Kiser, Hayes Post Eagle Radio News reporter, and I'm talking with Executive Director Brenda Meder on this episode of the Hayes Post podcast.
We just closed the 5-state photography, a fabulous year on that. I think the last of the photos got taken out of frames. Things finally stored away. Now we got to get photos back to the artists, but we're making the transition right away into 3 new shows, and I'm really excited. These are 3 professionals that have been retired from what their other careers were, but are still the most amazing, wonderful artists. In our front gallery, we are going to have fiber work by Paulette Carleen, a brilliant fabric quilter, but they're not quilts. They are works of art, but instead of creating works of art with collage it's kind of collage. It's almost like it's fabric collage, but with collage or with paint or with bronze, she does it with fiber and layers of fabric that she upcycles from things, but they're just really stunning and beautifully well done. So it is fabric and it is quilting, but it's not quilts. It's these amazing works of art and other celebrations of fabric. It's really a beautiful celebration of fabric and textures and color and form. And that'll be in our front gallery. And in our hall gallery will be a collage and assemblage exhibition by Cal Mahan, incredible, award-winning local artist, longtime teacher. And then in our founders gallery, a wonderful body of photography by Leon Staub. Everybody knows Leon and what a great photographer he is. Wonderful, wonderful creative artist locally and, former board member of the Arts Council. But Leon lives on the 2nd floor of their loft home in downtown Hayes. So he's had a lot of amazing photos that he's been able to get sort of looking out over Hayes. Since
he takes advantage of that.
Nothing else is that high. 2nd story wouldn't be much in some cities, but in Hayes, you get a good view of a lot of great stuff when those storms roll in from the west and things like that. So there'll be a lot of rooftop photography. It's not all that, but it's going to be a really beautiful photography exhibition. But yes, Leon Staub, Cal Mahan, and Paulette Carleen, 3 completely different mediums. And none of them are painting or ironwork or anything. So wonderful, unique art forms. And that will be 5:30 to 8 p.m. is the opening reception next week, Friday, the 28th. So catch people when they get off work if they'd rather do that before they go home and settle in for the night. But for those that do want to make a transition, we're open till 8. So 5:30 to 8, Friday the 28th, and we'll have refreshments and fun with people just hanging out. All the artists will be there. It'll be a really lovely evening to visit with them and just enjoy 3 absolutely wonderful art forms. But again, Friday the 28th, 5:30 to 8 p.m. And then that show will run through April the 16th. So it's up for about 8 weeks or 7 weeks, something like that. And then we'll make the transition into the Smoky Hill exhibit. So, which opens there at the end of April for the art walk. But we'll have it up through High School Art Day on April the 16th good. For all those students who come by and check out what we've got on display at the Arts Council.
How are things going for the Smoky Hill?
They're getting started. Artists are getting registered. The deadline for Smoky Hill entries isn't until March 19th. And so yeah, we're looking at 1 month from today. And so some of them are getting registered. Tons of entries haven't come in yet, but we'll start seeing that really happening in the next few weeks. But again, that's the big statewide juried fine art exhibition. If you're an artist anywhere officially living in Kansas, you are eligible to enter the Smoky Hill. Go to our website. You'll find a lot of these things we've talked about on our website. Just put in your search, Hayes Arts Council. Our website will be the first thing that pops up. And on there, you'll be able to link into all these things, re-look at the 5-state photography, click on the Smoky Hill, and get all the entry information. But again, the entry date is right before midnight on March 19th.
Keep that in mind. Also, a deadline coming up for the younger creative people in our area, the creative writing contest.
Yes. Our creative writing contest is the wonderful project we do every year. It's been going on decades and decades and decades. Students in kindergarten through seniors in high school submit works in prose and poetry. It comes in anonymously with just code numbers, and typically it's all through the schools, but it doesn't need to be. People who homeschool, or you've got a student who is part of the school system, but maybe the language arts department is working on technical writing or some research, something that doesn't allow them to celebrate maybe their outstanding abilities as a poet or as a short story author. Anything can be submitted independently to the Hayes Arts Council, no cost. And then Fort Hays State University's English department serves as our judging panel. And they work hard, do a great job. We'll have a big awards ceremony at the end of April, publish a book of the winning authors. But if you have anything you'd like to submit, and it's not happening through, the schools or in that regard or something, you may submit that work. Just call the Arts Council. We'll let you know what your code number will be. You'll just bring it into us. But the deadline for that is Wednesday, March 12th by 5:00 p.m. So we'll get it to the English department staff so they'll have it before spring break. Give them a couple of weeks to work on it, get the results back, and get it processed. So March 12th, all the information on creative writing and the contest is on our website as well.